So we'll go ahead and get started with questions for Isiaih Mosley. Media, again, use the reactions button or raise your hand if you have a question for Isiaih. We'll start with Wyatt Wheeler. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Isiaih, 29 again against Valparaiso. Just seems to be a thing that you have a habit of doing against them. Just what was working for you tonight and being able to do that again?
I give all the credit to my teammates. They just really just tell me to keep going every time down the court. My teammates just kept me in it, kept my head focused, even when I missed a couple shots. Just let me know that to keep scoring and just keep getting downhill. So I give a lot of credit to my teammates.
Let's go next to John Title. John.
You played well against Drake this year, even though they swept you twice. What makes you play so well against them? And do you think that you will be able to, do you think you might have to do something different strategy-wise with some of their best players hurt?
I just think we got to keep playing defense and keep rebounding and pushing the tempo, because that's what we like to do. We like to get up and down the floor. And everyone will just be on the same page, and I think we'll get the results that we need.
All right, let's go next to Dan Lucy.
Yeah. Hey, Isiaih, I mean, you're out there, you hit from way outside, you hit from inside, spin over your head. I mean, was there everything you threw up in the air seemed like it would go through the basket? What's it like when the basket looks that big?
It means a lot to me. I'll say that it really helps me in practice when my teammates are really pressuring me on defense and really trying to make me do other things on defense in practice. So I give a lot of credit to the players that might not see the floor a lot, but practice real hard and make us better every day at practice. So.
All right, let's final question goes from Stephen Terrell. Oh, we got Wyatt also. We got two more questions for you. Stephen, then Wyatt.
Yeah, Isiaih, good game tonight. Coming out of half, Valpo went on that run and shrunk your guys' lead to about 8. What was kind of the team conversation coming out of that to try to stabilize the lead?
Just to keep punching. Basketball is a game of runs, so we knew that they were bound to go on a run, but we knew that as long as we kept our composure, that we could keep the lead. We just wanted to keep playing defense, keep rebounding, and just keep running it down the court and making good plays for each other. So.
Yeah, Isiaih, you're deservedly going to get a lot of love for 29 points tonight, but it seemed like everybody on the team just kind of had their moments tonight, whether it was a big Jamonte 3 to end a run or Jared hit a couple threes there. Keaton had some big buckets. Just how nice was it that it didn't have to all be you to make those big buckets, and just how much did you notice of that as well?
I feel like every game that everyone just is on the same page. Everybody just really just stays connected. We don't really care who makes the big plays. We don't care who makes the plays down the stretch. We just want to get the win. It's not we don't really say like, here, we want you to make the plays down the stretch. We want you to make the plays down the stretch. We want everybody to contribute as a team, and that's how we're gonna get the win. We got to play as a team.
All right, Isiaih, thank you. We're going to swap out our student athletes. We'll ask the Gaige Prim to take the stage at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Isiaih.
Congrats, Isiaih.
All right, questions for Gaige Prim, Missouri State. Media, again, use your reactions button or raise your hand. Start off with Wyatt Wheeler.
Gaige, when you see Isiaih kind of going off like that, kind of again, but what is it like for somebody who's given him the ball, just kind of watching him be able to get what he wants there?
It's good to see it. I mean, the dude's a bucket. He's a problem. So, I mean, he's having one of those nights, and so why not keep feeding him, let him go off.
All right, let's go next to John Title. John.
Hey, Gaige, congrats on the win. Looking ahead to Drake, you played amazing against them this year, averaging 19 points and 15 boards a game. What allowed you to play so well against them, and does the strategy change at all knowing that some of their best players are hurt?
I think what allowed me to play well was my teammates, because, I can't do what I do without them. They have faith in me throwing it in, and then I have faith in them when I kick it back out. So that's what that is. And then, with some of their players being out, it sucks. But I think, we just got to worry about ourselves and what we're going to do against them. So.
All right, next question comes from Mike Reeves. Mike.
Is there kind of a fine line when you've got a player like Isiaih shooting and doing that well, that fine line between looking for him too much and everybody else being involved? How do you guys kind of go about that? Because I've always found that to be a bit interesting.
I feel like we still pass the ball pretty well when that happens. I don't know. I don't think we're overdoing it when we're just giving him the ball. It's not like we're feeding him. He's going to make the right play. He's going to make the extra pass, and everyone's still going to eat. So.
All right, additional questions for Gaige. One more from Wyatt Wheeler. Wyatt.
Gaige, with the game before you guys being canceled right before, what was kind of the reaction with the guys? And do you have any thoughts on that? Just Drake going to be well rested going in tomorrow, and how hard is it to not overlook them with some of the injuries they have?
Well, when we heard about it, we know that we have to focus on ourselves. It's unfortunate that it happens, but we are in a pandemic, so it just sucks. But we're not overlooking anyone. We're taking it one game at a day, and so we're going to go back to the hotel and prepare for Drake like we would any other game. So.
All right, Gaige, we're going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck in your game tomorrow with Drake. And we'll hold for just a moment and get the stage disinfected here and have Coach Dana Ford up here momentarily. Coach Dana Ford is headed towards the stage. Just a note to media that tomorrow we'll have the first 1, 2, 3, 4 in the semifinals since 2012. And we'll open it up for questions from the floor for Coach Dana Ford of Missouri State. Again, media, you know the drill. We'll start off with John Title. John.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Just wanted to know your reaction to the Northern Iowa situation. And are you going to put in place any extra precautions to make sure you do not avoid, so that you do avoid the same fate tomorrow?
Oh, thanks. I didn't have a reaction. I'm just so focused on Valpo. We're just going to do what we're asked. We're going to try to wear our mask and send our players to bed. And we a lot of the COVID situation, you don't always have control over that. But other than wash our hands, wear our mask, and send them to bed, that's about all we're going to do.
Let's go next to Wyatt Wheeler. Wyatt.
Coach, congrats on the win. Just the first half, you hold them to 3 field goals made. And defense was working phenomenal there. Just what did you see that was working, and what did you guys do that worked so well?
Well, thanks. First of all, if they only score 3 or 4 field goals, then a lot of it has to do with they just were cold. Now, I'm not going to say that we didn't have anything to do with it, but when you happen to shoot that poorly, it just happens to really be an off day. But I thought in the first half we did a good job with our energy, our assignment correct, executing some of the defensive things that we were wanting to try to do, and our guys did a good job with that. And other than rebound, I was really pleased with our defensive effort in the first half. But I think we were fortunate. I think Valpo was missing a lot of shots.
Let's go next to Stephen Terrell. Steve.
Coach, good game tonight. Coming out of the second half, Valpo kind of went on a run, cut your lead to a lot less than it was at halftime. You called a timeout kind of in the middle of that run. What was sort of the message to your team to stop the bleeding?
Well, I think number one, defensively, right? The team can't go on a run if you get stops, and we just tried to challenge our guys. We thought that that their sense of urgency, they were playing for, obviously, it's survive in advance, and we knew that they try to, punch back, but I didn't think that we had the same, grit to us in the second half like we did the first half, and obviously we're probably not going to hold them to 13 points again, but just try to, get our guys back focused on what worked for us in the first half.
And we'll go next to Paul Oren. Paul.
Dana, great coaching job. Talk to me about Ognasovic from Valpo and kind of your approach to him. I don't think he touched the ball once beyond the 3-point line, and something he's been so effective at down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I think our players, you know, they did a fantastic job of trying to execute what we asked them to do. We really felt like he has been their X factor. And, you know, if what we always say about guys like him is if he can't catch it, he can't shoot it. And so we did a great job of not leaving him. And you know, now this is a bigger stage. He's a freshman. I mean, you can't really, you know, expect a freshman to come and you know, feel very comfortable. I mean, this is the biggest stage that we have each year, and he'll get better. And he's a really good player, and he had our respect from the moment we knew we were playing Valpo all the way till game time.
Go next to Mike Reed. Mike.
Coach, is there an extra level of difficulty in preparing for a team that is not going to be the same team they have been all season due to injury situations? And of course, on short notice, is that extra difficult?
You know, not for us. We're just going to worry about ourselves. We got to do some things better. You know, defensively, it's going to come down to our competitive nature. We're going to have to rebound the ball a lot better than what we did today defensively. Gave up, I think, 12 offensive rebounds. And offensively, we know that we're going to have to move the basketball and get more guys to come to the party offensively. And we're not going to give our guys too much. It's, you know, it's too late in the year for that. We haven't played Drake in quite some time, and I'm sure that they're a little different, but still a very, very good basketball team. In my opinion, an NCAA tournament team.
And Nick Schultz. Nick.
What's up, Coach? Kind of along the same lines, your starters all played 33-plus minutes tonight. Just how are you going to get them ready for tomorrow with this quick turnaround?
Yeah, you know, we're going to rest them obviously tonight and try to get some fluids in them and maybe try to do some recovery things. That's really about it. I don't know if we're going to get up early and do anything. Probably just show up a couple hours before the game and see what we have. But just focus on the game and not necessarily focus on how many minutes they played. And we haven't really been a deep team all year. And you know, Valpo made a run there with man, I think 10 minutes or so to go. I think with 8 minutes to go, it was a 9-point game. We would have liked to have been able to, you know, keep our lead, but they picked up their level of play, and unfortunately we just couldn't do that. But those guys, they'll probably play those minutes again tomorrow.
Thank you.
And looks like the final question will come from Wyatt Wheeler. Go back to Wyatt.
Yeah, I can't go without asking about Isiaih tonight, going for 29 and 12. Just kind of what did you see working from him? And I don't know if you're getting used to it by now, but kind of a special performance tonight on this stage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's a good player, and he's got to be good for us to be good. And he was pretty locked in. I thought he did a great job. I'm not sure what his percentages were. I've got to take a look at that. Outside of a couple careless turnovers or close to turnovers, I thought he was good. But, you know, it's, hey, man, you're at this stage, your players got to play. And that's the only way to do it. So I thought he did his job tonight.
And kind of looking at, it wasn't just him. You just look at it. I mean, Jamonte had some big shots there. Keaton being able to get that strong drive to the basket before a timeout. A couple Jared Ritter threes. You had to be just happy with the overall just guys contributing kind of at big times throughout that game.
Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to. I mean, when you look at Gaige and Zay and Jamonte, this is their third game here. Rid, this would have been his fourth game here. And those are the guys that need to do it. I mean, you can't anticipate the guys that have never been here to understand what it takes to get done. And players got to play. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, this is the biggest stage as we have. And at the end of the day, if they play well, we're going to play well.
Which that's all we have for you. And I know you've got some prep to do for your game against Drake tomorrow in the semifinals, and good luck with that. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Dina.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach.